Anyway, evening boys and girls. Welcome to today's upload. I thought I'd do another one in the cab, just simply because I'm stuck in a queue at a depot, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in front waiting, and not a single bay is ready, and I've just watched 2 drivers reverse onto this, so I'm going to be a while. But it's all fun. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I shared a story. An autonomous bus accident in, was it Las Vegas? I can't remember where it was now. Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten that. But anyway, an autonomous bus accident, and it's been ruled human error. Now if you actually read it, basically what happened was bus has pulled along and there's been a truck who's trying to reverse. Fair enough, whatever, we all do it. And he's going slowly. So obviously the driver is going slow, he's going cautious, he knows he's reversing in a relatively busy area, he's giving people time to move, adjust, so on and so forth. Or listening out for the horn, obviously. And he's been moving too slow for the sensors on the autonomous bus to pick it up. And so the bus has just sat there. And he's reversed into it. It actually gave somebody on the bus, I don't know whether they were a journalist or whatever, but it actually gave somebody on the bus enough time to get out of the bus and actually record what happened. It begs the question, why didn't they try and stop the truck driver, but whatever. It's been ruled as human error. So the thing that went wrong with the autonomous system was a human driving safely and cautiously. Please understand that, because that's the funny part. That is hysterical. The human error was actually a human driving safely. I'm just curious, if it's moving too slowly for the sensor to pick it up, how are they going to avoid walls and things like that? Oh, some stupid bastard shouldn't have built a wall there. Is that going to be the excuse? Because the wall's not moving. Shouldn't have built a wall there. I used that excuse a couple of times when I was younger. Insurance company tipped me bollocks. I shouldn't have hit it. I took a tractor and trailer over one. That was interesting. No, not a truck, I'm talking an actual, it was a 7840 New Holland and an 18-ton grain trailer. That upset the homeowner, I'll tell you that. They were a bit emotional. I don't know what the hell I was doing, I really don't. Driving along Dry Street, that's Langdon Hills Country Park. It's actually One Tree Hill, it's up the top, it's Dry Street, out from Basildon. And kind of two-way, and then it goes into one. It's not one way, but it's only wide enough for one vehicle, especially if you're a 7840 with an 18-ton grain trailer. And I'm trundling along, somebody else is trundling in the opposite direction, and I just seem to kind of massage the wall a little bit and rip the wall down. Earlier in the day I'd actually seen the bricklayer finishing off building it. When I'd actually gone to do whatever I was doing, I think it was a bit of combine and I was just bringing back the last little bit in my trailer. I'd seen them, obviously at the beginning of the day they were finishing off building it, and at the end of the day I ripped it back down again. So yes, that was fun. Shouldn't have built a bloody wall there. But it does make me laugh, the excuses you get when an autonomous vehicle goes wrong. Oh, it can't be the autonomous vehicle's fault. No. No, that is beyond reproach. It's got to be something else. It's a little bit like, something that winds me up is when people are talking about the eurozone, you know, the single currency and all that kind of stuff. The eurozone experiment. Now, this isn't about Brexit, this isn't anything about this. It's just a term that winds me up. Okay? Eurozone experiment. How can it be an experiment if you won't let it fail? If you won't acknowledge that maybe it's not going to work in this way, maybe it needs changing, maybe something else needs to go. How can it be an experiment if you don't acknowledge when it fails or when it starts to fail? It's another thing that annoys me, to get away from the entire Brexit thing, because remember, I didn't vote in it, I want to live in Canada, couldn't give a rat's arse, right? To get away from it, VIN number or PIN number. If I'm standing in the queue and I go to put my card in something, you know, the old machine, and the person behind the desk says, yeah, put your PIN number in, mate. I'll look at them and I go, I don't have one of them. I've got a personal identification number, but I don't have a number for it. It's just little pet peeves, you know? And it's like this entire autonomous thing. It's like, oh, well, you know, autonomous is beyond reproach. How? You're testing it at the moment. If it's throwing up issues, acknowledge, okay, that's an issue, we didn't think about it, my bad, we'll fix it. Don't just go, oh, it's a truck driver's fault because he was reversing slowly. So, a main road, tight reverse, you expect him to be reversing at what, 20 mile an hour? But, oh well, such is life. Such is life, I suppose. Nobody is moving. No one is moving. The joys of driving a truck. Yay! But, I had a bit of an embarrassing moment. Oh, you've got plenty of room, mate. Don't get that close. I actually drive for that company as well. Yeah, I drive for the company that's... it's a different company to this one, obviously. That's reversing now. I want to see how he does it. I want to see whether he crunches anything. No. Okay, fair enough. He gave himself just enough room. I don't know why they do that. There's loads of room. This is a depot. This is a huge depot. And I'm parked up against the pallets. You know, up against the line. And there is more than enough room. But because I'm sitting here, I'm going to get right next to you. Well, you're only making your own life harder. But anyway, going back to point. I had a bit of an embarrassing moment. Well, it was a bit of an annoyingly embarrassing moment. I went to use the old toilet. You know, I went to use the head. And they've got these bloody soap dispensers now. What is wrong with dispensing soap? Why do you have to froth it? Why? You know, and it's just mist. Mist. Just give me normal soap that I can lather up. It's better. Alright? Bloody mist. Anyway, I've gone and used the toilet and washed my hands, everything like that. And I'm washing my hands, I don't really care. The sink's too small. So I just lather it all up and then I just walk away from the sink. I don't care. They're too small. Okay? I'm doing that lovely jubbly, rinse my hands, dry it all. And anyway, I'm standing to put my paperwork in to see where I am in this queue, so on and so forth. And I'm getting an odd look from the woman behind the desk. And I look down. And at the base of my t-shirt, just around the waist kind of area, you know, the fly, zipper kind of that area, is the remnants of white froth. It's soap, okay, it's soap. It's that moment you look down and you're like, oh. Why? Because of where it is. You know, because of how I've been washing it, it's splooshed all over the place. And I'm like, oh, that does not look good, you know. I know us truck drivers get called it quite a few times, but, you know, I didn't just go and do that before coming to see you. My God, it's busy. I don't think I've ever seen it this busy in this yard. It's proper busy. Because I'm completely lost now. The issue when it gets like this is it becomes a free-for-all. Because drivers get fed up waiting. I mean, you know, you're running against the clock, you're running against time. This might be your last delivery of the day, for example, unlike mine, it's the first. So I don't really mind, you know, waiting a minute or two. But if it's your last delivery, you're pushed. And it becomes a free-for-all. And some of the drivers speak a little English. And they claim that they've understood what they've been told, but they don't. And so they're sitting in a queue, you're waiting in a queue, you're waiting for that number plate, obviously you're waiting for that one to go on dock, and then the next dock that becomes available is your one. So you see the next dock become available and you think, right, I'll go. And as you move, 2 other drivers start fighting for the space as well. It's just such a disorganised situation. Because there's some in the parking bays, fair enough, and there's some of us who are in the centre of the yard, you know, opposite all the bays, just waiting in the queue. And a couple of guys have gone past me since I've been doing this. They've driven past me. You might have seen it in the little gap up there. Yeah, in the gap up there. So it just becomes, now nobody knows where anybody is, and the people behind the desk are saying, look, you know, this is the list, you are the next one after this one, so on and so forth. But when it gets to this point, it really is just chaos theory, because theoretically I'm the next one, because I've just seen the vehicle that I was following move, but I'm, like I said, about 6 or 7 in the queue, just because of the way everyone's been parking and obviously jumping towards the front. So now it's just a case of I'm sitting here, I'm just waiting, because 2 of the guys are going to jump as soon, I know the 2 in front of me are going to jump as soon as the next truck moves. So what's the point in me getting into the fray, you know? It's just so disorganised on this side. Now there's a number of deliveries I do to this site, and I deliver to all the parts of it. It's the same company, it's the same depot, but they have various different sites. And this side is the most disorganised. Ooh, they're moving up. Right, I think I should move. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. This is a bonus about having an automatic. Don't have to worry too much, just flick it into drive and let it roll forward. So he's gone on, they've gone on. He's parked in there, which, oh no, he's going onto that dock, that's fine. No. So this is his 5th attempt at getting onto that dock, and he's driving a Volvo FH. They're not that difficult to reverse, the mirrors are quite good in them. So he's just having a nightmare of a time. We've all been there, so I'm not gonna mark him down for it. But now what's happening? Oh, is he gonna fall asleep? It's an AIM guy. No, he's driving. No, cool. Hopefully he's got a license. What, too soon? Anyway, I should be the next one, but I have a sneaking suspicion the guy in front of me is gonna go for it. This is going to be interesting. And somebody else turned up here. Anyway, I suppose that's enough for the day, to be fair. I've said my piece. I've moved the vehicle, so you've actually been present when I've been moving a vehicle. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. And I shall see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Take care, guys.